of the radius as well as the carpal bone. So there are some musculofacial compartments are producing over underneath the extensor retinaculum, and underneath this, within each musculofacial compartment, there are passing different tendons of muscles. Okay, most laterally passing as the abductor pollicis longus and extensor pollicis brevis. Most laterally, এদের চুপ করতে বললা তাহলে তো শুনতে পাবি। Most laterally passing the tendon of the abductor pollicis longus, extensor pollicis brevis. Most laterally, underneath the extensor retinaculum, most lateral compartment. Next, medial to them is the tendon of the extensor carpi radialis longus and brevis. Medial to them is the extensor pollicis longus. Okay, extensor pollicis longus is the medial one. ঠিক আছে, এইটা হচ্ছে extensor pollicis longus. Okay, this is the extensor pollicis longus tendon. This extensor pollicis longus, there is a tubercle over the dorsum of the radius, the lower part. Tubercle of blister. This tendon of the extensor pollicis longus is hooking this tubercle so that it change its direction.
Medial to lateral.
It is going laterally underneath the tubercle by hooking the tubercle. Okay. Achha, next, medial to the extensor pollicis longus, the tendon passing at the
extensor digitorum or extensor indicis.
Extensor digitorum, and underneath it is the extensor indicis tendon. Underneath the extensor retinaculum. Medial to them,
Extensor
extensor digiti minimi, and most medial
carpi alba.
extensor carpi alba. Okay, so these are the arrangement of the tendons over the dorsum aspect of the
Extensor
wrist
retinaculum.
joint underneath the extensor retinaculum. Okay, next over the dorsal aspect of the hand, the skin is not tightly attached to the subcutaneous structure. The skin over the dorsum of the hand is freely mobile, not unlike the over the palm. Over the palm, the skin is tightly attached to the subcutaneous structures. Okay, so here there is a subcutaneous space is there. Underneath the skin, subcutaneous tissues are there. Within the subcutaneous, there is a subcutaneous space. And within the subcutaneous space, some structures are there. What structures are there? There is the dorsal venous arch. Dorsal venous arch is there.
Dorsal carpal arch.
Okay, dorsal venous arch. So dorsal venous arch are formed by the dorsal digital veins. Dorsal digital veins over these medial fingers are coming downwards. Okay, and also from the radial aspect of the index finger and both sides of the thumb, the veins are coming, tributaries are coming downwards, and at the wave of the fingers they are joined together. The dorsal digital veins are joined together to form the dorsal metacarpal veins, and these dorsal metacarpal veins are interjoined between them to form the dorsal venous arch.
So dorsal venous arch এদেরও veins গুলো আছে?
Dorsal venous arch is also
all digits থেকে আর তিনটে
also from the index as well as the thumb. Okay, so the next, the dorsal venous arch, the lateral aspect, it will be continue as the cephalic vein, and over the medial aspect, it will continue as the basilic vein. Okay, and what are the other structures we can found over the subcutaneous space?
Cutaneous nerve.
Cutaneous nerve. The lateral aspect of the dorsum of the hand is supplied by the branches of the superficial branches of the radial nerve, and also the lateral 3.5 fingers. That is the half portion of the ring finger, and the thumb, index, and middle finger, and radial part of the ring finger is supplied by the branches from the radial nerve. Okay, so these are branches of the radial nerve, superficial branches of the radial nerve. The superficial branch of the radial nerve is arising in front of the
brachioradialis or ear mache, extensor
in front of the lateral epicondyle. Okay, and it is going downwards underneath the brachioradialis tendon, and over some 5 to 7 centimeter above the wrist joint, it will hook around the lateral margin of the radius. Here's the dorsal hip fascia, and it is going to the dorsum of the wrist joint, and superficial to the extensor retinaculum, it will extend up to the dorsum of the hand. Here it will give some common digital nerves. Common digital nerves and some proper digital nerves. Common digital nerves are going to supply over these fingers, the radial aspect of the ring finger and adjoining middle finger, and also this common digital nerve will extending up to the wave of the fingers, and it will be here dividing into proper digital nerves. And here For the both aspect of the thumb and the radial aspect of the index finger, 3 proper digital nerves are there coming from the superficial branch of the radial nerve. That will going to supply the respective regions. So the lateral 3.5 fingers is supplied by the
common digital
branch of the radial nerve, as well as this lateral portion of the dorsum, skin over the dorsum of the hand. Lateral
Proper
portion is
digital
supplied by this
proper
the
digital
radial nerve. Okay, and the medial aspect. Here there is the ulnar nerve. Ulnar nerve. Okay, the dorsal branch arising from the ulnar nerve. Okay, the nerve is piercing the deep fascia, and it will hook around this lateral margin of the medial margin of the ulna, and it is coming to the dorsal aspect of the wrist, and going superficial to the extensor retinaculum, it will be going to the this region of the dorsum of the hand, and supply over the skin over this region, and it will give one proper digital nerve to supply the ulnar side of the little finger and adjacent side of the little finger and ring finger. So one point is here that these dorsal digital nerves will not supply the whole of the dorsum of the fingers. In case of the thumb, it will
median nerve.
The dorsal digital nerves will supply cutaneous sensation will be carried up to the nail bed, and also the little finger up to the terminal phalanx. Okay, and in case of the index finger, from the middle of the middle phalanx up to the middle of the middle phalanx, the cutaneous sensation is supplied by the dorsal digital nerve. And in case of this ring finger and middle finger, the dorsal digital nerves carry cutaneous sensation only up to this joint, only up to this proximal interphalangeal joints.
So তাহলে এটা সারে পর এটা সে তাহলে
এটা আপ টু দা টার্মিনাল ফ্যালাংসও বলতে পারো বা নেল বেড বলতে পারো।
হ্যাঁ, আর এটার ক্ষেত্রে মিডল
অফ দ্য মিডল ফ্যালাংস,
আর এই দুটোর ক্ষেত্রে একদম শুধু ইন্টারফ্যালেঞ্জিয়াল জয়েন্ট,
প্রক্সিমাল ইন্টারফ্যালেঞ্জিয়াল, আর লিটল ফিঙ্গারের ক্ষেত্রে আপ টু দিস টার্মিনাল ফ্যালাংস, বেস অফ দ্য টার্মিনাল ফ্যালাংস। আচ্ছা, নেক্সট কাম টু দ্য ডিপার স্ট্রাকচার।
ডিফারেন্ট দেবে।
কিউটেনিয়াস নার্ভ,
মানে এটা এগুলো তো মিডিয়ান নার্ভ।
কিউটেনিয়াস সেন্সেশন ক্যারিড বাই দ্য dorsal digital nerves. So the terminal portion of this finger, the cutaneous sensation will carried over by the power digital nerves. Over the lateral 3.5 finger, the tip of the finger, cutaneous sensation is carried over by the median nerve, and this side the cutaneous sensation by the ulnar nerve, because in the front aspect the dorsal has both are cutaneous sensation by the ulnar nerve. Now come to the deeper structures. Okay, here is the tendon of the dorsal digital tendons. Extensor digital slips are extended to the fingers, and here over the proximal phalanx they will form a hood-like structure, fibroblanar tissue, that is called the dorsal digital expansion. And dorsal digital expansion is, in case of index finger, is supported by another muscle, that is the extensor indicis, and in case of little finger by the extensor digiti minimi, and in case of all the other fingers it will be supported by attachment of the lumbrical muscle as well as the palmar interossei as well as the dorsal interossei muscle. So the dorsal digital expansion will extend from the head of the metacarpal bone up to the proximal interphalangeal joints. Okay, this area is covered by the dorsal digital expansion, and from the dorsal digital expansion at the proximal interphalangeal joint it will trifurcate. Okay, like this, it will trifurcate. The middle one, the medial slip will going to be attached to the base of the middle phalanx, and the lateral two slip is again they will be joined together, and they are going to be attached to the base of the terminal phalanx of the finger. Okay, so the dorsal digital expansion in case of the medial 4 fingers only, not in case of the thumb. আচ্ছা,
স্যার এখানে এসে লুম্বিক্যাল গুলো
so lumbricals are coming from the profundus tendon, flexor digitorum profundus tendon, right? They are arising from the flexor digitorum profundus and coming, they are crossing the metacarpophalangeal joint, respective metacarpophalangeal joint from the lateral aspect only, from the radial aspect only. Okay, the lumbricals are crossing their respective metacarpophalangeal joints from the radial aspect only, and the dorsal digital expansion is attached to the interossei and attached to the dorsal digital expansion from the lateral side as well as the medial side. From the both the side, the interossei are coming. Okay, so the lumbricals and interossei are producing the flexion of the metacarpophalangeal joint, but extension of the interphalangeal joint. But the extensor digitorum is extending all the joints,
Sir, এটা
extending the metacarpophalangeal, extending the interphalangeal joints.
স্যার একটা জিনিস বুঝতে
আচ্ছা,
পারলাম না।
এইগুলো হলো তোমার এক্সটেনসর ডিজিটোরামের স্লিপ।
হ্যাঁ
আচ্ছা, এটা হলো তোমার রেডিয়াল নার্ভের স্লিপ, সবকটা নেই, কিছু
স্যার,
কিছু ছিঁড়ে গেছে।
স্যার বলছি এক্সটেন্সর ডিজিটোরাম যে টেন্ডেনটা এলো ওটা ট্রাইফার্কেট হলো। হ্যাঁ
এক্সটেনসর, হ্যাঁ,
এক্সটেন্সর ডিজিটোরামের টেন্ডেনটা
extensor digitorum tendon trifurcate হলো না। extensor digitorum tendon is going to be attached to the dorsal digital expansion.
হ্যাঁ
Dorsal digital expansion is hook-like structure covering this area over the proximal phalanx from the head of the metacarpal.
হ্যাঁ
A digitorum slip is going to be attached at the base of the dorsal digital expansion, and it is also going to be attached by the interossei muscles from the both the side and lumbrical muscle from the lateral side. They are all these muscle producing this dorsal digital expansion. Also, it is told that the deep fascia over the dorsum of the hand is also attached to this dorsal digital expansion. And over the just proximal to the metacarpal head, there are some intertendinous slip. The intertendinous slip is attaching the slips of the extensor digitorum tendons. Okay. So these are the extensor digitorum. These are branches of the radial nerve supplying the lateral 3.5 fingers and over the dorsum of the skin of the hand over the lateral aspect. Okay. আচ্ছা, এগুলো হচ্ছে তোমার এক্সটেনসর ডিজিটোরামের স্লিপ।
হ্যাঁ আচ্ছা, এগুলো ইনসারশন কোথায় হচ্ছে এক্সটেন্সর ডিজিটোরাম?
এক্সটেনসর ডিজিটোরামের স্লিপ from the dorsal digital expansion, from the distal part of the dorsal digital expansion, they are arising 3 slips. 2 slips are going to be then again rejoined together and going to be attached to the terminal phalanx, and the median slip is going to be attached to the middle phalanx.
আচ্ছা
হয়ে গেল? আচ্ছা, এগুলো হলো তোমার, এইটা হলো আলনার নার্ভ, only one piece is there. Okay, and there are other branches supplying this side and this side. Okay, so this is the branch of the ulnar nerve, this is the branch of the radial nerve. Okay, this is the extensor digitorum, and here this blacky structure is the beginning of the cephalic vein. From the dorsal digital dorsal venous arch is there.
দেখা যাবে না, ওটা তো একটা।
Okay, so this is the beginning of the cephalic vein.
আর স্যার এই টেন্ডেনগুলো কার? এটা এক্সটেন্সর ডিজিটোরামেরই?
এগুলো extensor digitorum,
মানে এক্সটেন্সর ডিজিটোরাম এই তিনটে আঙ্গুল কে দেবে?
extensor digitorum 4টে অংশ, medial 4 fingers.
আর মানে এর তো এক্সটেন্সর ইন্ডিসিস আছে, এক্সটেন্সর
তাহলেও দেবে। For this finger there are two muscles there.
ইন্ডিসিস আর এক্সটেন্সর ডিজিটোরাম।
এখানে কি আছে? ঠিক আছে, এটা হচ্ছে তোমার তো
ওটা দুটো আছে।